Hey Lowco sports fans, it's time for another edition of Lowco Lights on WHHI, powered by LowcoSports.com. The high school hoops action was hot and heavy this week, and we'll unveil our Lowco Power Rankings tonight on the LowcoSports Lowdown, so tune in live at 9:30 p.m. to see who Team Lowco thinks are the top 5 boys and girls teams in the region. But here's a sneak preview of some of the contenders. Battery Creek's boys continue to make statements this week, racking up 2 more lopsided wins to finish the season sweep of crosstown rivals Whale Branch and Beaufort High, and running their winning streak to 5 games. Junior Ethan Cox has led the way at 15 points per game, and he's surrounded by several sensational sophomores. Those other Dolphins, the 2-time defending state champs from Hilton Head Prep, beat back a challenge from rival Hilton Head Christian Academy on Friday in the cage. The Eagles led by 2 at halftime, but Connor Campbell took over in the second half, and Ty Harpring finished with 22 points as Prep rallied to win 50-33. The Dolphins knocked off Bluffton last week, but the Bobcats bounced back to beat Whale Branch at home Saturday night, getting 17 points from Harrison Skinner and 11 from Brandon White, a dynamic duo of newcomers who have bolstered Bradley Gabriel's lineup. Across town, May River stayed unbeaten with a hard-fought win over John Paul II, and both teams handed blemishes to previously unbeaten Bridges Prep in a unique cross-classification round-robin this week. And don't forget about Hampton County. The Hurricanes are still undefeated. There are no local girls teams still in the ranks of the unbeaten after John Paul II handed May River its first loss, 48-41 in the tank on Tuesday. The Golden Warriors have won 4 straight and are 7-1 with a break until they host the Sharks for a rematch December 26th. The Whale Branch girls turned some heads this week with wins over Battery Creek and Bluffton, improving to 3-4 after a bumpy start. 8th grade phenom Harmony Prejean is leading the way for Latoya Mack's team in Seabrook. Beaufort High is picking up steam after a brutal early season schedule, holding off Whale Branch and taking 2 from Battery Creek after a 1-5 start. Keep an eye on the Eagles. Reggie Jones has a nice blend of young talent and veteran leaders. Speaking of veteran leaders, Connor Campbell scored 24 points to lead Hilton Head Prep to a 43-39 win at HHCA on Friday, the Dolphins' first win over the Eagles in more than a decade. Campbell is averaging 25.6 points this season, and she'll be keeping her talents at home next season. She's signed to be a USCB Sandshark. But the biggest story in Lowco High School girls hoops is the team that isn't playing right now, and might not again this season. Defending Skiza 1A champion Cross Schools has forfeited its last 3 games after the team refused to play following the abrupt firing of Coach Matthew Fisher-Davis. Coach Fish told his side of the story on the LowcoSports Lowdown last week, and we'll keep you posted on any developments on the Lowco Media Network. We've also got you covered with all the high school wrestling news you can handle on Sunday's new episode of the Lowco Grind, presented by Reverence Wrestling Club. Hall of Fame wrestling official George Dixon and I were joined by John Paul II coach Greg Lawns and May River coach Ashley Powell after the Golden Warriors and Sharks took home team tournament titles on Saturday. And May River 190-pounder Joshua Echevarria popped in to talk about his start to the season and his journey in the sport. We talked about all the Lowco grinders who brought home gold this weekend and set the stage for upcoming showdowns. We'll talk more about all this local sports news and set the stage for another busy week tonight on the LowcoSports Lowdown. Tune in to the Lowco Media YouTube channel for all the local sports news you need. For Lowco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.